Since the players just talked about how they feel like they're not in sync right now and things aren't coming together, what's that clicking for your group right now?
Yeah, I feel like just at certain points in the game, we're really struggling to find our way through momentum shifts. We mismanage pucks in odd situations that you just can't this time of year. And I think when you peel it back and you even go back to Carolina and you look at these games, I think a lot of it is just, to me, it's a product of two things. One is some young players playing at the end of the year that the intensity level is ratcheted up, the speed of the game is ratcheted up, and now the importance of the game is ratcheted up, right? So now seasons are on the line, and now everybody's, and you can just see we're just gripping the stick. We're making really poor decisions that are snowballing, and you can I'll probably go back through it. There's probably 25 or 30 that are head scratchers that you're like. So that's part of it, and then I think for some of our veteran guys too, I think they're a little bit, because they're having to shoulder so much of the responsibility, now they become overwhelmed, and now they start to do things that are uncharacteristic. And so going through this stretch, like there's not a lot of games that I go through and there's structure things like that we're not, it's a lot of individual puck play in just really, really difficult times where you just can't make those mistakes this time of year.
You mentioned this morning turning pucks over on the forecheck and you get an early goal in that regard. What were your thoughts on how you guys handled the other thing that you mentioned, which was that first play after zone entries?
I thought we were okay. I mean, the Lappies line obviously set the standard for us from a forecheck standpoint and their willingness to do it, and then we got stubborn with, through like a 10-minute stretch, and then we had to show it and say, listen, this is, and then we got back to it, and I thought so it wasn't all bad. I mean, there's some good stretches of that game that we play at a decently high level. It's just sustaining that and being consistent with it is a real struggle for us right now to do it for 60 minutes. And even like for 2-3 minutes when we lose momentum in that, what experienced teams do is you nip that right away. Like the next line out nips it right away and says, no, okay, we know what we need to do. We've got to manage a puck, we've got to stop the momentum and just hold it up against the wall. You do anything just to stall a shift, right? Where ours turns into like 2-3 minutes, turned into like an 8-minute sequence in the second period where we were under attack, right? So that recognition of being able to get out of those spots with just one shift where you're really pinned down and maybe you give up a couple scoring chances as opposed to now 10 shifts.
One thing I've noticed, 3 of the last 4 games, Buffalo, Carolina, and this one, you get the early goal and then it's kind of dry after that. It felt like a couple of months ago, if you guys got an early goal, you guys would be jamming to get another one. It just seems like things go flat after that early goal for a real long period of time.
Yeah, and that's again, so you have momentum. So now, okay, we just created 2 turnovers on the forecheck. Petch gets a grade A, he doesn't score on the one, but he on the goalie handle. And then Korpisalo got nervous playing pucks, as you noticed the rest of the game, he didn't come out. So then your momentum, you've got the momentum, 1-0. So the recipe is there. Okay, we need to put pressure on their D. We need to make sure that they played last night. Make them have to go back on pucks constantly. And then we get away from it. We mismanage 3 pucks. We're firing pucks in linesman skates where we can't get the red line. Then we fumble it, and now like those little plays right there, they seem inconsequential. Guys are trying. They're just, we're not able to execute in those moments, which hurt you this time of year.
What's the concern level on Sandin?
He's going to miss some time.
You showed your bench a lot earlier tonight than usual. Is that going back to your answer on the first question, where some of the younger guys or some of the less experienced guys at this level?
Yeah, we lost Willie for a bit. So then we went down to 3, and I just felt like, Miro and Scarbs are the odd guys out there, and I just felt like we needed to go to 3 lines, and I didn't think it was necessarily. I mean, Miro was struggling on his last shift. You could tell he was a little bit but I would have no issue putting it back out there. It was just more of a situation where we wanted to go to 3 lines and see if we could get into a rhythm and get that momentum change in that game.
What was the thought on not challenging the Greek goal? I guess it's a real tough choice to make at that juncture of the game.
Yeah, and we just didn't have a concrete view of it being offside. We thought it was offside, but you can't see a skate on the bottom blue line cam. And so if you challenge and you're wrong, you got to go back on the penalty kill there. Now all of a sudden you're losing a game in regulation. So unless we can get a real clear view of it, it's a hard one to challenge to say we think it's offside.
Is that an issue with the camera that you can't see that?
Yeah, you know what? And I don't know if it's just the one side and they don't have it. You can't flip between both sides, but you can't see Ridley Gregg's full skate on the blue line cam because he's so close to the wall over there. You can see the puck, but you just can't see his back skate fully to be able to use that. So then you got to go to the overhead, and now things get a little bit grayer from there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough. It's hard to win at that league when you're not playing your best full 60, especially in the situation we're in right now. And I'm going to learn from that. We got biggest games of the year coming up right now, and we have to learn from that and be ready next game.
How frustrating is it to be not getting 2 points for so long at this crucial juncture of the season?
Yeah, again, like I said, it's hard. You have to compete full 60 minutes, be on the same page together, especially when it's a couple games left in the season. So yeah, it's tough, but we have to stay together in it. We're in the tough situation right now. I think only way to get out from there and just be together, stay together, support each other, and we'll find a way right now, I think.
What can you guys do to generate more offense? I think no more than 2 goals in any of these last 6 games.
Yeah, I think we've been in that situation before. I think a couple months ago, but we found a way again. I think just get more shots through, find the lane, get more shot attempts, and I think we'll find more if we'll do that consistently.
Hendricks mentioned this morning that to break out of this, you guys just need to get back to your identity. What goes into finding that spark again?
I think compete for each other. We have to start being on the same page. That's when we play all together. I think that's when we're most successful, and we can beat any team in the league. And I don't think we did it tonight, so we have to learn from that.
Thanks, brother.
Generate more offensively here in these last 5 games.
I don't know. I mean, I think our attitude's good. We're there for each other. We know what we have to accomplish. It's just not maybe working as much as we'd like to right now. We're working hard. We just got to maybe focus on a couple details, just getting pucks in the net, getting people there. I mean, I know it's really cliche, but yeah, we got to score more than 2 to help Chuck, and same thing in the last couple of games. So I'm sure we'll practice. We'll sort everything, make sure we're ready for the next game.
How frustrating is this like this given the state of the season?
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one today. Obviously, the last stretch has been a little rough for us, and I think today when I got in the rink, I felt like everyone had good energy, everyone was ready to go, and unfortunately we're not able to get the win. But I mean, obviously it's frustrating, right? You want to win at this time of the year, especially, and a couple overtime games, couple games where we maybe let the goal in the last couple minutes. So it's just been a little tough, but we'll put our head down, keep working. We believe in this group. I think that's the most important thing. Everyone still believes, and we'll find a way through this.
Carbs mentioned this morning the need to turn some more pucks over on the forecheck, and you guys do that to get the first goal. He also said that first play after zone entries has to be smarter, better, or well executed. It seems like that second thing is maybe still biting you guys a little bit.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I think there's a fine line between trying to create offense and doing risky players or whatever it might be. So, I mean, obviously we got to manage the puck a little better. At this level, if you don't manage it, other teams will make you pay. And I mean, yeah, it's the foundation of hockey, right? It's, you know, putting pucks deep and working and tiring the other team. And I feel like sometimes, even myself, like everyone just tries to maybe overcomplicate it a little bit. But you know, when you think about it, it's a pretty simple game, and you just gotta bring it every time. It's just sometimes it's, you know, obviously there's instincts that kick in. You think you have a little bit of time, you try to make a play. You know, it's a quick game. Sometimes it won't work, but yeah, I thought, you know, obviously we can be better on the forecheck. We can be better with our puck management. So yeah, we'll figure that out and we'll be good to go.
You think this morning about getting back to your guys' identity. Pro said it kind of has to do with playing for one another. Would you agree with that? That that's kind of the key to getting back on track?
Yeah, for sure. Like as I mentioned, I think this group still believes, which is the most important thing, and everyone's there for each other. As I've said, that, you know, the attitude, the mindset's good. We just haven't been able to find a way. But I mean, Pro's right. We got to be there for each other. We gotta, if a teammate makes a bad or good play, you gotta be there for them, and they'll be there for you. So yeah, I mean, it's all right. We'll learn from it, and we'll be ready to go.
What needs to happen to get you guys out of this stupid habit?
But just need to play better. I don't think we're firing on all cylinders like we were there for a little bit, and you know, too many turnovers, too many mistakes that you know, we're not you know, we shouldn't be making, and giving teams more life than they deserve or need.
How do you get back to where you were a couple of weeks ago, 5 games left here?
I think to simplify. I think, you know, even tonight when we were going pretty good, we were just getting the puck deep. We weren't making, you know, great plays through neutral zone to, you know, spring a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, and you know, we control play more like that than the other way.
Hendricks mentioned getting back to your guys' identity. What's missing from it right now? What's just not clicking?
I just think we're not in sync. I think we're just a little bit off on a lot of certain plays, whether they're big plays or small plays, and couple that with, you know, untimely you know, breakdowns. That's a recipe for disaster.
How tough was it just to be down at Rasmus and have to play with 5 defensemen for 2 periods?
Yeah, no, it's not ideal. He's a big part of our team, and you know, you never want to see that too, on you know, from anybody. So that's a blow to us. But you know, we don't have time to sit here and feel sorry for ourselves. We got to you know, we got to win out and hope for the best.